India, a land of diverse cultures, colors, and spices. But when it comes to relationships, the flavors can get a little too intense. If you're a boyfriend girlfriend thinking of tying the knot, or a married couple juggling family expectations, career pressures, and yes, WhatsApp forwards from the in laws, the thought of divorce might have crossed your mind at some point. And guess what? You're not alone. Divorce rates are rising in India, and while it's not yet at Hollywood levels, it's getting there. But why do relationships that start with pyar mohabbat ishq sometimes end with legal battles? Let's dive into the spicy reasons, and maybe sprinkle in some laughter. We all grew up watching Bollywood movies, where love is always a mix of slow-motion dances, background music, and dramatic rain scenes. But newsflash, real life isn't a Karan Johar film. Some couples enter marriage or relationships expecting perfection. He should be like Shah Rukh Khan, and she should be a mix of Deepika and Katrina. Sorry, but the only SRK in your life might be the guy delivering pizza, and she might have a bad hair day just like everyone else. When people expect their partner to be perfect, disappointment sets in. He doesn't get me flowers every day. She didn't cook like my mom. It's like ordering biryani and being disappointed because it doesn't taste like the biryani in your head. And soon enough, the dissatisfaction piles up like unwashed dishes in the sink. The gap between expectations and reality leads to a lot of unhappy couples looking for the nearest divorce lawyer. In India, when you marry someone, you marry their entire family, neighbors, and sometimes even their dog. Family interference is one of the top reasons for divorce. Whether it's your mom asking why your spouse doesn't fold their clothes a certain way, or your dad giving unsolicited financial advice, sometimes it feels like you're living in a reality show with a panel of judges critiquing your every move. A funny but relatable situation. Imagine you're having a perfectly nice Sunday morning until ding ding, a WhatsApp from the in-laws. Beta, don't forget to eat your vegetables. Boom, mood ruined. Over time, these small interferences can turn into big problems, especially when your partner feels like they're in a tug-of-war with your family. Women say something, and men hear something else. Men say something, and women interpret something totally different. It's like two people trying to converse in different languages. One speaks logical, and the other speaks emotional. And when communication breaks down, it's only a matter of time before misunderstandings grow larger than the gap between the front seats and the back seats of a crowded Delhi metro. Picture this: your girlfriend tells you, "I'm fine," but you know that she's anything but fine. Or your husband says, "I'll fix it later." And later means somewhere between now and the next solar eclipse. This miscommunication, when repeated over and over, can lead to frustration. Over time, it gets harder to understand each other's needs, and that's when the D word starts making sense. Money is a funny thing. It can buy you a lot, but it can also break you apart. In relationships, finances can be a serious deal breaker, especially when one partner is a spender and the other is a saver. In Indian marriages, managing expenses is like walking a tightrope, and if you're not careful, one slip can send your relationship crashing down. Imagine this: one partner comes home with a brand new flat screen TV, while the other was hoping to save for the down payment on a house. It's like bringing home a bag of samosas when you were supposed to cook a healthy dinner. It creates tension, and pretty soon, every little spending decision feels like a battleground. Financial incompatibility is often a hidden reason behind a lot of arguments, and ultimately divorces. Intimacy isn't just about physical closeness. Emotional intimacy, where you feel understood, supported, and loved, is equally important. In India, couples often find themselves caught up in the daily grind of life, dealing with jobs, kids, extended family, and social obligations. In the midst of all this chaos, intimacy takes a backseat. You know that moment when you sit down to have a romantic dinner, and your partner is more interested in their phone than in your stories? Or when one person feels like they're giving more love and getting less in return? It's like making a cup of chai and realizing you've forgotten the sugar. Without emotional or physical closeness, couples drift apart, which is often a significant factor leading to divorce. Divorce isn't just a legal process, it's an emotional roller coaster that impacts mental and physical health. Both partners go through stress, anxiety, and sometimes depression. The stress can manifest physically too: headaches, insomnia, and even weight changes. It's like trying to run a marathon after eating way too much street food, exhausting and painful. For some, the emotional toll is like carrying a heavy bag of bricks everywhere you go. You can't sleep, you can't eat, and worst of all, you start questioning yourself. The guilt, the blame, the what ifs all start creeping into your mind. And that's why, before jumping into marriage, it's crucial to work on the emotional foundation of the relationship. So, what's the lesson here? If you want your relationship to thrive, keep your expectations real, communicate like your life depends on it, because, in a way, it does, and don't let anyone, family or finances, come between you. Relationships need constant effort, and there's no such thing as a perfect partner, no matter how much Bollywood tells us otherwise. Now, if you've enjoyed this spicy take on divorce in India, share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories, funny, sad, or somewhere in between. And if this video helped you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more insights and advice that'll make you smile, think, and maybe even laugh a little along the way.